Hi, vinyl community. It's Martin here. It's the first Monday in January 2026. So, as you know from the title, this is my vinyl tag, David Atkinson version. I'll try and make it as quick as I can. I think it was good that how he did it and introduced it and whatnot. Yeah, I think I almost wonder, is it going to fall on its feet next year and tags and whatnots and anyway, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I've seen quite a few people's tags, or if they've decided to do a end of year video. So without further ado, I guess we will crack on with it, shall we? So the best final purchase of 2025 is this Grand River Tuning the Wind, and this is a lady composer called Amy Portioli. I don't think I need to say anything else about that sort of stuff, but it's some sound recordings of the wind and some ambient atmospheric uh, sounds. Basically, it was an installation piece. It's 36-ish minutes long. I think the cover sort of describes what it's like exactly. And I heard about this on Stunty. Stunty played some on a one of his live streams, which I don't really watch very often, but you know, if I'm around, I might give it a dabble. And I thought it was worth it. Favorite live music experience. I was somewhat limited, but well, obviously it was the end of Black Sabbath, and I didn't go to that. I wouldn't have anyway. So there was an all-female cover version American band called Black Sabbath, and to coincide with that, the pub where it is, they did a window for Ozzy and his dog. Although, is it called Elvis? Yeah, it's called Elvis. As you can see, that might turn out the wrong way round. And they opened it or unveiled it the same night as the gig, which I thought was really cool. And he did sign it for me down there as well. So that was pretty good. But gigs, I mean, you know, you sort of promise yourself to go to see at least a few a year, but I just haven't got around to it. I don't know why. Like a lot of things, I suppose. We moved house last year, and unless you count people I saw live at Medieval Festival, I've not seen anyone. My record collection in 10 years' time. I've written a few notes here and to explain why I would envisage it to be smaller, depending on how much stuff I buy to sell. I think as I get older, maybe I'm going to be a bit more select. Maybe that sounds a bit idealistic, but yeah, it depends on the size of place where I live as well, and the retirement situation or lack of or death. Anyway, we shouldn't really laugh at that, should we? No. So a new home which I moved to this year. Question 4 about the first thing that I would play. So obviously my name's Martin, so I thought I would play from Soft Cells, The Art of Falling Apart. I thought I would play the 12-inch called Martin, which is some sort of strange psychopath. So I thought I could play it and then go and introduce myself. There it is. Martin. Yeah, it's sort of got that disco, high energy beat, you know, not unlike Soft Cell really, or that kind of, you know, thing. Right, I think we're doing okay so far. I haven't bodged anything up yet. Favourite male singer and favourite female singer. That's just something that doesn't really. A lot of the answers to these questions are just what I thought of. And because I've done the vinyl tag quite a lot, I'm not saying the questions are the same. They are occasionally a bit similar, but I've been here before, I suppose. So the male singer, for a laugh, I thought I'd say Sean Ryder of Happy Mondays and also Black Crate, but he can't really sing, can he, Sean Ryder? like a lot of um, singers. I mean, would you really say Robert Smith would sing if he wasn't in the Cure? But he goes with them. Would you really say that even Morrissey, can Morrissey sing without the Smiths or without his sound and band? I don't know if I'm just challenging conventions or just talking rubbish. Anyway, female singer, very unique. In the same way, she couldn't really, or the band wouldn't go without her voice. She had a solo album out, and I really liked the single. I think it was last year or year before. And then I heard the album, and I wasn't so keen of it. But the three albums, or studio albums, that Portishead did, meant that it would have to be Beth Gibbons, really, because it's such a unusual voice. And I guess it's emotional, and the songs are great. So I thought that was as good as anybody, really. Next question. Um, Free dance records. Boney M. Megamix. 199 bargain. Back to back to Mark Ormond again. There we go. Bronski beat, and the first side. It's got it all blends into one. So he starts off "Love to Love You, Baby." It goes into "I Feel Love," and finishes with "Johnny Remember Me." And the last one, "Faithless Insomnia." Yeah, I mean, he can't really sing either, can he? But anyway, right, we're getting a bit cynical, I think, now. Number 7 would be a track on an album that you love, or is pretty perfect album, I think. Blur, Park Life, pretty perfect. But Tracy Jacks, it's not just a name. Second track there. I don't know. I just never thought it really. I don't really like songs with people's names or list songs. So Tracy Jacks, I was told it was something about a dissatisfied middle class um, person. A bit like myself, really. Right. Next one is one album for the last 6 decades. Oh, I don't think I chose anything for the 60s, but you know, never mind. Okay, let's just crack on with it. And these aren't the be all and end all, they're just what I dug out, really. So, 70s, I've gone John Martin's Solid Air, pretty solid album. 80s, trying to show something different here. I think it's a very strong album. It's not the coolest, that's for sure. Bridge of Spies to Pow had 4 or 5 singles on it. Yeah, big hair, big sound. It's the 80s, isn't it? And then 1990s, we went for KLF Chill Out. So if Jacob's watching, listen to this on YouTube. Dallas Open Micer. You might like it, you might not. Give it a go, I would say. And then to show this off of the 2000s, my OG of the Mars Volta, and it is called Francis the Mute, and it's a triple album. And I bought it when it came out, actually, partly because of the cover. I think I sort of heard of them. So that's that. And then the 2010s. This is Anna von Hauswolf, who is a Swedish singer and plays church organs. And this is from 2013. Probably her strongest album, double. And don't know how we're doing for time. A day with an artist and where. So I went for, a lot of people have put this lady down as our best female singer, but I thought, why would you not want to take PJ Harvey out, to be honest? Apart from her being quite intriguing, shall we leave it at that? I don't know. And I thought I'd take her to the Tate Modern. She's probably been before countless times, and they always have new exhibitions on. And there's also the cafe that overlooks the river. So why would I not do that? And what was my question? Have you still got the pink cat suit? That's what I'd ask her. So that is PJ Harvey. And I haven't really got many of her records, to be honest. I think I've got some on CD. The highlight of my year, or VC year kind of thing, I suppose. Is that the next question? No, I don't think it was. Sorry. Okay. A track that brings you to tears, or are you a heartless bastard? Mostly. I thought of two songs that are quite emotional. Maybe I would cry, maybe I wouldn't. Shakespeare's Sisters Stay, and also probably Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon and Garfunkel. I think that's pretty much as good as anything, you know. Three artists I've tried. Well, after Peter Green left Fleetwood Mac, I think, and then Play On didn't have him on it. That's okay, but it's just that whole rumours and fairly average sort of thing I don't like. I mean, I like the Grand Prix one. I like the title track to Tusk, but apart from that, no. Two more controversial choices, I guess. Frank Sinatra. I don't connect with Frank Sinatra at all. No, in fact, I find him quite boring. Uh, and somebody else I don't really connect with as well. I've tried a little bit. My brother-in-law gave me a couple of CDs. Is Nick Cave. I mean, apart from that song with Kylie, no, it's not really. No, I don't really connect with it. Okay, so onwards and upwards, we've got the artist who disappoints me the most is Roger Waters. Apart from being an anti-Semitic, uh, miserable old man, I think he's got father issues. Did his dad die in the Second World War or something? No, I just don't like him. He's just no. Keepsake album. If everything else went, I couldn't think of anything. I thought a compilation would be good to have some different stuff. So I used to have the VHS video of this, now 6, and it's nice, shiny 80s jacket, and there's some stinkers in here, and there's also some good stuff. So She Sells Sanctuary, I think, is on there. Lost Weekend, Lloyd Cole. One Vision Queen, Alive and Kicking, Simple Minds, Election Day Arcadia. But then there's a Cliff song I've never heard of. There's a UB40, Don't Break My Heart. You got Running Up That Hill. Kate Bush. So a bit of a mixed bag, but and there's a bit of cheese on there as well. So I will go with that one. Should everything get taken away by nuclear war or something? VC highlight of 2025. Charlie, me digger, you viewer, very kindly sent some really nice VCLT, and that cheered me up a lot. Yeah, and also, I suppose, I went to Reading Record Fair. Not only did I find the Spitting Image album that I really wanted for ages, Steve Davis was selling some records, and he very kindly signed it twice. And I had a nice chat with him. He put, "Be interesting," because the joke was that he wasn't interesting, when in fact he is. Right. Musical biopic. It would have to be Spinal Tap, the original film. The second one, don't know. Okay, yeah. I mean, I've seen quite a lot of biopics, I guess. Yeah, but Spinal Tap, you know, it's just become so iconic, hasn't it? Really, and all the it's bled into the culture, even if people don't really know where it came from. Three reasons jazz matters. So I said it was the last refuge of the untalented, for a start. It's a very wide genre. It's like rock or pop, really. It's just you know, there should be something for everybody there. I'm not going to show any, and I was going to get a jazz quote from a book. Um, anyway, yeah, I think that's enough, isn't it? Yeah. One last musical request on Death Row, Guilty or Innocent, was that it? So I did think I could have John Cage, 4 minutes 32 seconds. Otherwise, I'd have from this Van Morrison album, or certainly for the song, is Be Thou My Vision, and it's on that album there. So, Death with Van Morrison. Uh, right, Sell, my favourite band. Now, as many people would know, it's The Church and Remains Church, and this is that album from 2023. I think they've done one since then, which I haven't got. I would say start with Starfish, which has got Under the Milky Way on it, really. Yeah, yeah. You just have to go and listen to them and try them out. You know, there's no point in me saying anything else. And the last question was: arrange a VC meetup, or is you're going to exclude those you've already met, which actually has been quite a lot. So actually, I've sort of chosen because 3 people because of a destination. Realistically, I'll probably go to Finland this year, so I could potentially meet um, somebody when my wife is with her in-laws. Um, yeah, and anyone in England. Well, I've seen quite a lot of people, English VC members. So I've gone for Richard McCook in Northern Ireland because he's also an Arsenal supporter. So hopefully we will be celebrating this season in some way, shape, or form. I've gone for Jacob and I guess Titus, although he lives in a very different part of America. So that's Dallas Open Mica. And in a way, I wouldn't mind going to Dallas. I mean, I'm not really into going to cities in America. I'd more want to go to all the backwater. I was going to say backwards places, but anyway, Chris at Dixieland Farm. I can't remember where he is. I've sent him something many years ago, and yeah, he would be another one. I mean, there are lots of others. It's unfair to pick out 3, but that was what we were asked to do, wasn't it? So that's about it, really. Thanks for watching. Doing a record fair on, or selling at a record fair on this coming Sunday. So that will hopefully prompt me to do another video sooner rather than later. There's been a couple of threads that have been about 7-inch singles which grabbed me. There was Crescent Record Talk, and there was also one, I think it was Madam Sin was doing like a, but it was more not showing the Beatles, A to Z, I think. And those, I'd want to do them, really. I should do them, really. But the fact I've done this, usually by the time I've got round to posting this, everybody is sick to death of it, and I only get about 119 views. Maybe this time I'm not too late. And of course, I had the Red or Dead Fred, which was very successful a couple of months ago. Right, I reckon that might be 15 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Toodaloo.